Hello, everyone. My name is Emily LaCroix, and welcome to my artist talk. So, a bit about myself. I was born in Norfolk, Virginia. My kind of school journey is a little all over the place. I first started out pursuing criminal justice because that is what I was told that was going to make you the most money. And so I stuck with that for a little bit and then realized that it wasn't for me. So I then pursued something in the arts that I really loved. And graphic design was something that I could do that would be able to allow me to earn a good income and still make art as well. However, as I was taking courses for graphic design, I was taking a 3D course in sculpture that made me fall in love with the program and working in the 3D. Some inspiration and influences that I have are my family and friends, collaborations, learning new techniques or materials, chess pieces, Ren Chen Yang, and Casey Parkinson. So, my family, I would say, are very supportive and help drive me to produce work I would not have otherwise thought to make. I also can freely bounce ideas off of them and enhance my pieces even more than I would have thought to. Being able to experiment with new techniques and mediums allows me to learn more and expand my artist tool belt. Producing piece this piece brought a lot of confidence in my 2D work that as a 3D artist I did not have before making. I want to produce even more work in this form and continue feeling like I am progressing in the art world. So, collaborations. I think that it's very important to collaborate with other artists. You learn a lot about yourself, other artists, and other processes that you would have never known to do before. It's also a really great way to network and make really awesome artwork with some really awesome people. So, pawns, chess pieces, one day I just started using them, and I tend to think of the pawn in particular as a representation of the individual or groups of people. Basically allows the viewer to be able to put themselves in the position of the pawn within the artwork. Renchen Yang is one of the artists that influences me a lot. She is a ceramic installation artist, and I see a lot about her work within my work as well. She focuses on connections and relationships between groups and people. Casey Parkinson is another artist that I'm influenced by. She actually gave me the idea of the current project that I had just finished. And she does a lot of work and installation work based off of reoccurring dreams that she's had when she was younger. So, some themes and concepts. Experimentation is something that I enjoy doing when producing a piece. It allows me to go and just have fun with the material and process, to make mistakes and roll with it, to not have to do any specific concept, but just do what feels right. Here, you kind of see a little bit of that as well. This also has to deal with me experimenting with colors and just having fun with the clay. Some more themes and concepts are light and shadow and connections and relationships. Here you see a pawn installation that I made that basically talks about the relationship between the individual person and the many people that have influenced them or backed them throughout their life. And in this instance, you can see that the pawn shadow represents the individual and the many pawns represent the people that back them. So my process is a little all over the place. First, I start out with an idea. I then sketch or draw something, and then I dive in further into what else do I need. So I make a list, and then I go ahead and execute it. I can do this by either casting, I can do it by 3D printing, or even fabricating. It's kind of a little all over the place, but it's fun. So what's next? This project that I'm currently or have just finished working on is called Inside My Dreams and Nightmares. And it basically talks about the dreams that I've had within the last 2 years during the COVID pandemic. This is basically me sharing the dreams that I had and just seeing if my audience or my viewers are able to connect with me as well and start a conversation. So, this first piece is an installation called Lifelines. And essentially, this is a piece about allowing the people to hold me up and prevent me from going down into the abyss, down into misery. The next piece I have is what happens when, I do fall down into that abyss. Dragged is what is all the things that are weighing me down and bringing me down in life. So you see here that I have a book. This book basically ties in all the pieces together. It holds the dreams and nightmares that I've had within the 2 years of the pandemic. And I kind of put it in like a little bit of a, you know, drawing style as well as trying to just incorporate my thoughts and give a little bit of visual aspect as well in the writing. Consumed is all about the nightmare consuming oneself. Burned is a specific nightmare that is actually in the book, my Dreamcatcher book, and it basically is a specific nightmare that I've had. Infected is pretty much when you have this beautiful dream and then out of nowhere the nightmare shows up. The next two pieces I have are kind of abstract versions of what a nightmare is and what a dream is. So it uses a lot of different contrasting colors. The nightmare is very red and dark, and the dream is very colorful and bright. So, everyone, thank you for listening to my artist talk. Again, I am Emily LeGrule, and if anybody is interested in any of the artists that I did talk about, here are their websites. Thank you.